Welcome to the pregame show brought to you by Interior Design Center. Make your house more of a home. See some of the stylish looks on Instagram or visit interior-designcenter.com. Andy Griffin and Russ and Burnside. Yeah, the old crew. Got the whole gang back together. What's up, Russ?
Oh, one more run before the end of the season, right?
Yeah,
and you talk about how both region champs are still standing. The reality of the situation is the top 4 seeds are still standing here in the Utah 4A boys basketball semifinals, which it means things have worked out to perfection. You always try to tinker with the format and say, how do we get the best 4 teams there at the end? And we've pretty much been chalked the entire way through. There's been some tight games. Crimson gave Skyview all they could handle in their matchup yesterday. Cedar and Dixie, we know that Dixie was on the ropes for a while there.
Game, yep.
But it's all turned out in favor of the higher seed. We have Snow Canyon sitting here at number 1 and Skyview sitting at number 4 with, of course, Dixie and Ridgeline sandwiched in between. Your top 4 squads are here for your last 4 spots.
The way it should be, I guess. We're here at Burns Arena in St. George. Great to be here. They tried a little weird hanky stuff, tried to clear the arena between the girls and the boys games. It did not go over well. A lot of fans refused to leave, and some kind of Dixie State policy, fire marshal, head count. I don't know the details. Bottom line is we're all here and we're ready for some basketball, and I don't think most people left that game for that last game anyway.
I mean, you can't leave right now. This is the spot to be the last couple days.
Yeah.
Going all the way back to Saturday when Dixie State played Utah Valley to present day. If you want good basketball, this is exactly where you need to be in the state of Utah, especially with the Jazz on hiatus. And you don't always get good basketball there, trust me. I watch every game.
Let's talk a little bit about the journeys these two teams got here. Skyview, an early win over Ridgeline in region basketball. Looked like maybe Skyview was going to be the team to beat, and then they were kind of up and down from then on, and they end up still a good basketball team, but they had to play a play-in game. They had to then win yesterday to get to today's game. What do you think of Skyview?
Well, when I look at Skyview, no doubt about it, you mentioned that rough patch that the Bobcats kind of did running through. They had some odd losses, Mountain Crest, Logan, teams that they really shouldn't have a loss to regardless of situation. But since then, they've kind of got back on that horse, so to speak. They've won 5 straight games. They pummeled Mountain Crest for the second time this year in round 1. They're coming off that victory. They're one of the only teams to beat Ridgeline next to Snow Canyon, who they're up against this year, a very good Riverhawk squad. This Skyview team has taken down Ridgeline despite the losses to Mountain Crest, despite the losses to Logan and that rough patch they had. They're one of the hottest teams on the floor, one of the hottest teams remaining in the state tournament, having won 5 straight, including the playoff matchup. So I think that rough patch, that weird spot, that's behind them. They only have that winning mentality right now, and that makes them extra dangerous, as we saw against Crimson Cliffs.
Now the journey for the Snow Canyon Warriors, and by the way, this is the Interior Design Center pregame show. Warriors come in 22-2. They were undefeated in non-region play. Their 2 losses came in Region 10 action. They have avenged those losses. They're here and ready to play for the state semifinals. They, on paper right now, look like the team that's going to win this game, but games aren't played on paper, Russ.
And the best part about this, it's nice to see a fresh face. In a classification that only has 13 teams, AG, you feel like you know everybody, see everybody. Snow Canyon and Green Canyon Snow Canyon and Skyview have not matched up since 2018. It's been a couple of years since these 2 squads played each other. Snow Canyon has played Ridgeline, who Skyview's familiar with, and Skyview's played some teams that Snow Canyon's familiar with, but they have not faced off against each other. So fresh faces means a new energy, and I'm excited about that. You talked about the Warriors and how they only dropped 2 when they were region games. In my opinion, and this is opinion alone, sometimes dropping a game here and there can really refocus a squad. And for the Warriors, I feel it's made them a better basketball team. If they would have coasted through the season undefeated, I don't think we would have seen the same lockdown mentality that we saw when they absolutely blasted Hurricane off the floor in round 1. I think this is a better Warriors team even than when they were 17-0.
Warriors 22-2. The Bobcats 16-7. We're about 10 minutes away from tip-off here from Burns Arena. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll continue our Interior Design Center pregame show when we come back after this quick timeout.
We know it takes an entire community to make Southern Utah thrive. You will see us on the fields, on the courts, at festivals, and in the schools, and everywhere in between. From Southern Utah's Auto Mall, we help you create memories that bolster joy in our community. It's the reason why we've got it made in Southern Utah and why you've got it made at Stephen Wade.
All right, state tournament action. Skyview beat Mountain Crest, as you mentioned. Then they knocked off Crimson Cliffs yesterday. Today, it's Skyview Snow Canyon. Snow Canyon had a bye in the first round of the playoffs. They took care of Hurricane yesterday, 58-34. This is interesting to me. We always talk about tempo, Rustin, here in the Interior Design Center pregame show. But this is really, really a big deal in this game. Snow Canyon defensively best in 4A, really good defensive team. They like to hold teams to 30 and 40 points. They held Hurricane to 34 in the last round. Skyview, they want to score points. In fact, they've topped 80 several times this season. It could be run and gun versus squelch defense. Always helps to have a rim protector, but I think tempo is going to be a big one today.
You hit the nail right on the head, as they say. Number one defense in all of 4A, that being the Snow Canyon Warriors, against the number one offense in all of 4A. Not only do the Bobcats score it at will, they score it better than anybody else in the Utah 4A classification, averaging right around 65 points a game. If there's any silver lining to that, they also give up about 60 points a game. So Snow Canyon's defense on the flip side, giving up about 45.7. Tempo is going to be big. It's really a situation where number one against number one, but on two different sides of the spectrum, which always creates an entertaining ball game. You always wonder which side's going to come out on top.
Does that mean we can draw a line somewhere, say 55, 50, 60, 70, where if it gets to that plateau, advantage Skyview? If it doesn't, advantage Snow Canyon?
Absolutely. I feel that's the case. And
what's the number then, Russ?
I'm probably going to put it right above, I'd go 70. Especially where Skyview, I mean, they get 65 on most given nights, thus hence 65 points a game. So anything above their season average spells trouble for Snow Canyon. Anything below it, I think, goes in favor of the Warriors.
It's worth mentioning, even though Snow Canyon has the best defense in the region, in the state, they actually score over 60 points a game themselves. So they're no slouch offensively.
Absolutely, and that's at that 70 mark, Snow Canyon can make it a game. But at that point, it's probably a lot closer than the number one seed feels comfortable with, and it favors more so the Bobcats in that scenario. Not saying that if 70 points is scored, that there's no way Snow Canyon can win. That's not the case, but it certainly makes things a lot tougher.
Our pregame brought to you by Interior Design Center. Check out all their stylish looks at interior-designcenter.com. Our keys to the game brought to you by Camping World in St. George. Your 2022 adventure starts at Camping World in St. George. Find a huge selection of all the top brands, sales, parts, service, and yes, a full retail store at 1500 Auto Mall Drive, or go to campingworldstgeorge.com. Rustin, my partner here, is going to give us the keys, first of all, for the underdog Bobcats.
Yeah, dubbed the away team. Skyview coming into this game, number one offense, like we've mentioned multiple times. Here's a big thing when you look at what Skyview's able to do. You have to watch the cutters. The Bobcat defense and how it's designed allows Snow Canyon to profit out of one of their most underrated aspects of their offense. That's off-ball movement. Guys like Bowen Hammer, guys like Owen Mackey have the ability to get behind a defender, away from the ball, streak to the rim, and put it down in any situation. They're so athletic, they're so good, that if you're not paying attention to them and Skyview's defense is sucked up, that could lead to open looks at the rim. So you got to watch the cutters. Off-ball movement tonight is going to be crucial for Snow Canyon, which means it's crucial for Skyview to recognize that and pay attention to it. The last thing, utilize your guard length. The Bobcats' guard rotation is so good, so long, and really so quick. Skyview really able to get their hands on a lot of basketballs. They say they average around 7 steals a game. I feel like that's a little low for what we've seen Skyview do. Lyman Simmons is always a priority for the opposing team, but tonight I think you really want to try to wreak havoc on the perimeter, whether that's Hammer, Mackey, Will Warner with the basketball, who normally controls the point. I think that's where you want to create the pressure first, and then if Simmons really starts beating you, then you readjust, but I think you start it on that perimeter if you're Skyview.
By the way, the Bobcats 148 made three-pointers this year. That is, I believe that's number 1 in the state in made three-pointers. So Bobcats will fling it from deep.
And that leads exactly into my Snow Canyon Camping World Keys to the game. You read my mind, AG. Skyview can stroke it. And I feel like this is a situation, at least in Region 10 for Snow Canyon, I feel as if our three-point shooting this year has been maybe a little bit down as it has, let's say, last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen the same volume and same efficiency when it comes to shots beyond the arc. Skyview is not the case there. They can hit, and when you look at their players and what they're able to do, at least from a percentage standpoint, Howell 39%, Alder 45%, and then of course Davis, Carter Davis in particular, he's made 34 triples this year. His percentage only sits at 30, but anyone who's made 34 threes, you have to pay attention to, which really spreads that Snow Canyon defense out when they have to pay attention to 3 different guys out on the perimeter. So leading on that, Warriors have to protect outside tonight in order to walk away with a victory.
How about the matchup as we transition to our Star Watch? The outside shooters, Bowen Hammer, 52 threes. Hayden Howell for Skyview, 51 threes on the season. Good matchup there. And I guess I wanted to ask you, too, what super soft is going to show up? Tanner Davis for the Bobcats or Owen Mackey for the Snow Canyon Warriors? We got some good Star Watch going.
We really do. Some young players. The future is bright here, no doubt about it. And when I look at Owen Mackey, I think he's a good pick for the Star Watch because he's that X factor. Everybody knows about Lyman Simmons. Everybody knows about Bowen Hammer. Those are the guys that you focus on, which allows Mackey to play loose, play free, and play within himself. And I think a good testament to that is his last game when they took down Hurricane by double digits for the third time this year. Mackey had 15 points, 2 triples on the ball game, and it's not like he had to exert himself or play all 4 quarters. It was a cool 15 points, an easy 15 points, if you will.
Star Watch brought to you by Intermountain Sports Medicine and Performance. Improved speed, power, agility, and overall performance. Intermountain Sports Performance certified trainers. They help athletes for more, well, they've done it for more than 20 years. Call 251-2299 for Intermountain Sports Medicine and Performance. Our Star Watch, did we decide the 2 guys, the 2 shooters maybe?
Yeah, 2 shooters is a good way to go. Also on top of it, I would also pay close attention because when you say the 2 shooters for Skyview, who did you have in mind there? Because they have a couple.
I was talking about Deal, I guess, with his not Deal, Howell, excuse me, Howell with his 51 threes.
And those 51 threes, only one behind, I think you said, with Bowen Hammer, who was at 52 triples on the year, which is absurd. I think that's a good bet because the 3 ball has become such a rapidly evolving thing in this game. And, well, 3 points are more than 2, I get it. But this is what these kids grow up practicing and playing. They want to be 3-point shooters, and Hammer and Howell do it better than most in the Utah 4A classification. I'm keen to watch how both these guys impact the game because here's the thing. Both of them can be effective from inside, too. They are not relegated to just being 3-point shooters. There's so much more, and whatever one of them is able to help their team do a bit more in rebounding, defending, and maybe getting inside and dishing the basketball could really swing the tide of this game.
Again, Warriors designated home team. They are the number 1 overall seed here in the 4A state tournament. 2 and 3 play later tonight. That's Dixie and Ridgeline, and then you've got number 4 here tonight too, Skyview. I think we're going to have our national anthem. I'm not sure. Yeah, they are. Everybody's going to rise for the national anthem. So we'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with the start of this basketball game and the Sky Mountain starting lineup after this.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
This is Dr. Burke from Burke & Beckstrom Orthodontics. Did you know that you don't need a referral from your dentist to visit us? That's right. We offer complimentary consultations with no strings attached, no pressure, and no referral needed. We are often asked, what is the best age for me to take my child in to see you? We are in agreement with the American Association of Orthodontists and want to do the first orthodontic consultation at age 7. This will ensure that growth and development are normal and allow for preventive or corrective treatment to ensure that a small problem at a young age does not become a bigger problem later on. Give us a call or visit us online at BerkenBeckstromOrtho.com and learn how we can help you and your family smile forward.
Adams Wealth Advisors the gold winner for Best Financial Planner in the Best of Northern Utah competition. Understanding your family, jobs, and goals is how Adams Wealth Advisors will continue to earn your trust.
This is Craig Adams. At Adams Wealth Advisors, we are here to help you receive peace of mind whether you've done a lot of planning or a little planning. Count on our team at Adams Wealth Advisors for honesty, professionalism, and integrity.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today. Please see AdamsWealthAdvisors.com for more information on these recent awards.
Introducing the starting lineups here in the state semifinals. Game 1 for the boys, actually game 3 of the day here at Burns Arena. The girls have Ridgeline and Desert Hills win in their semifinals game. The championship for the girls is 3 o'clock tomorrow here at Burns Arena. Now let's talk about the Sky Mountain starting lineup. Hit it to the sky at the beautiful Sky Mountain Golf Course in Hurricane. Scheduled tee time tomorrow at 6:35-78-88. Starting now for the Skyview Bobcats. Number 4, Braden Alder. He averages 7 a game. Yeah, he can stroke from 3. He's got 36 of them. Number 5 is Carter Davis. Davis at 13.2 points per game. He has 34 threes this year. Number 11 is Josh Myers. Myers wears number 11, and he averaged about 4 a game, made 13 threes. Like I said, every one of these guys can shoot it. Number 32 is Hayden Howell. Howell with 51 three-pointers this year at 13 points a game. And Logan Deal is the 5th starter. He's the leading scorer, wears number 40, averaging 15 points a game. You want to talk about the Snow Canyon starters?
Yeah, when you look at Snow Canyon, they're going with their typical starting lineup that we saw down the stretch, a team that was undefeated for a good chunk of it until region play hit. Lyman Simmons, the big man, wearing number 32, a tenacious rebounder, defender, and of course can get it done on the offensive end. Will Warner runs the point for this team. Bowen Hammer, he's just as tall as Logan Deal out there, but he's going to play mostly on the perimeter. Insane length for Bowen. Owen Mackey, the high-flying sophomore, and Caleb Anderson Foreman, the glue guy for this Warriors team.
We're ready to go. The opening tip won by Hammer. Got up in the air, tipped it back, and it's run down by Caleb Anderson Foreman. And we are underway in the state semifinals. Number 1, Snow Canyon and Skyview. Warner goes to Anderson Foreman, now to Simmons. Dixie running the offense. Dixie, Snow Canyon. Hammer catch and shoot 3, little hard. Anderson Foreman, though, on the offensive glass, goes to Simmons. Simmons one-on-one, do they double? They do not. Little lefty hook, too hard, no good. Rebound fought for. Anderson Foreman has it again. And I believe we're going to have a jump ball. Or do they call it travel?
It's going to go to Skyview. And the big thing on that, you look at Logan Deal, 2 offensive rebounds by Anderson Foreman, which is great. Great time for Snow Canyon. But Deal has the pressure of beating the leading scorer for this Bobcat squad and having to go against Simmons. That's a tough task for number 40 tonight.
Skyview tries a backdoor pass, too high, too hard, and a turnover. First turnover of the game, and no score. We're 43 seconds in.
Dill had the right ideas. He caught that up around the high post, trying to find a cutting teammate. Just miscommunication. I have a feeling they're going to look for that cut multiple times tonight.
Mackey looking in for Simmons. Can't get it to him. Little banging going down low. I like it. Those guys going at it. Now to Warner. Left side to Hammer. Hammer top of the key to Anderson Foreman. They let him shoot the 3. They only got like 3 all year.
Yeah, not a ton, but does have some capability from there.
Bowen Hammer gets a screen from Simmons. Didn't think about the three, instead drives in the lane. Keeps the dribble alive, now gets it into Simmons. One-on-one, no double team. Simmons backs his man down. Jump hook from 8 feet, in and out, no good. Rebound, Skyview.
Big rebound. Carter Davis climbs high to pull that one down. Led the team in scoring in that victory against Crimson with 19. 3 of them from beyond the arc.
3 out of the corner. One of many we're going to see today is no good. Rebound tipped by Anderson Foreman and saved by Hammer.
Well, number 1 offense versus number 1 defense. It's been defense so far.
Hammer up and under move, up and in, and So Canyon has the first basket of the game.
We said Hammer's a perimeter player, but his size allows him to be lethal once he gets to the rack, and that's exactly what he did.
Screen sets an open 3 on the left side. It's up, no good. Tipped out by Simmons. Can't control it, but So Canyon comes away with it. Now fast break. Warner, no numbers. Instead, he finds Mackey and a foul. Wow, that was a great little over-the-head pirouette pass by Warner. Mackey couldn't get it to go, but he will get free throws.
Warner spinning one direction, dumping that off to Mackey, and the Warriors just pushed like their life depended on it right there. Good hustle. I feel like every rebound this game so far has resulted in guys on the floor. You can tell that both these teams want it.
Mackey can't hit the front end, though. One more free throw's coming.
And for Mackey this year from the free throw line, as he gets the second, he is shooting specifically 72%.
Yeah, rare miss. He'll make 7 out of 10 or more. But he does 1 for 2 this time, 3-0. High post, they go to the big fella inside Deal. Well, a pass, they wanted to charge, nothing doing. It's an air ball, rebound to Warner.
We said Skyview can shoot the 3, and that's really all they've tried to do so far tonight. They just have yet to find the net.
Tried to get it into Simmons. It's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Logan Deal.
And Deal's working hard down there. Every possession, he knows what's at stake in this matchup against Lyman Simmons.
I think Simmons got him by a few inches.
Yeah, I'd say you're right.
See if they keep going to that matchup.
Deal listed at 6'5".
Out high to Hammer. He drives in. Another up and under move. This one no good. Not enough English. Anderson Foreman on the rebound. And the putback no good. Simmons gets it back and scores 5-0.
The pursuit has been right there where it's needed to be for Snow Canyon. Anytime a shot's up, multiple guys. Anderson Foreman now with what seems like his 4th offensive rebound.
A teardrop runner up and no good. Offensive rebound taken in by Skyview, and now a foul the other end as Logan Deal puts it in, and he'll go to the line.
If Deal has an advantage on Lyman Simmons tonight, as these two great bigs go off against each other, I would have to say it's probably in the foot speed category. Deal with the rebound, sneaks past him. Anderson Foreman comes over to help, bonks him on the head, and he finishes through contact.
Free throw good. 5-3 is Skyview finally in the scorebook.
And I think the Bobcats will continue to try to go. That was off a rebound for Deal, but I like what I see inside on the interior. The 3 hasn't fallen yet. Maybe work it from inside out, moving here forward.
Showed a little 2-1-2 press, kind of transitioned into a man-to-man, and now it looks like they're kind of backing into a 2-3 zone. Warner keeps it alive, looks for somebody to go to, finds Bowen Hammer, the junior. High post, Mackey over to Warner. Warner drives in the lane, backs it out. Back to Hammer. Near midcourt as they back things out. Now Hammer crosses over his guy, goes back to Warner in the center. And we'll call a play. The play is screen from Hammer. Goes to Mackey, had a 3, back to Warner. 3 for Warner, up and in and out, no good. Rebound for the Bobcats, and they're going to push hard.
Will Warner does have a couple of those threes. High percentage shooter, just didn't get it go.
Long 3, no good. And again, what are they, like 0 for 5 from deep right now?
0 for 4 or 0 for 5, if I had to take a solid guess.
Mackey into Simmons, one-handed hook, no good. Got his own rebound, has it tipped away. Ball to the floor, and Skyview comes out of there. Brought it down low. That's a big mistake for the big guy, right?
It allowed Myers to get in and wrap his hands around it. Good hustle from Myers.
Stop and pop. Howell shot no good from 15. Offensive rebound, shot up no good, but a foul called. That might be 2 on Anderson Foreman.
Which would be tough right now for Snow Canyon if that's the case. We'll wait and see. But he's been so good on the offensive glass.
I believe he said number 5. I didn't think Hammer was close to the play, but I think he's going to get the personal.
And also great foot speed. We talked about Skyview and how quick they're able to move. And Carter Davis is no exception to that fact. Davis able to get to the rim pretty quickly there, coming off that 19-point performance as the Bobcats have a couple substitutions.
Davis could fill it up, averages 13.2 a game. He's made 34 threes this year, so he's not shy, that's for sure, as he makes both free throws.
The other Davis, Tanner, on the floor right now, as well as Brooks Rigby, wearing number 45, the other big man.
And unforced error. They had the press, but it was just a bad pass thrown by Warner trying to get to Morrison.
And Morrison just came off the bench, actually had a really solid performance against Hurricane, 10 points in that round 1 victory for Walker.
A couple of threes.
Yeah, he did. One of his better performances of the year, actually, AG.
Skyview running the weave, drive in, kick in a corner, 3 out of the corner, up, good, and Skyview has the lead as Howell hits from deep.
Well, you don't expect the backup big to check in and pull a contested 3, but that's exactly what Rigby can do.
Rigby, okay.
About a 43% three-point shooter. He doesn't have a ton of them this year, but he hasn't really taken a ton of them.
High post to Mackey, double team there, so he gets rid of it back to Warner. Snow Canyon led 5-0. They trail now 8-5 as we've got 3 minutes left in the first. Ball tipped, stolen away. Fast break opportunity now. Shot up and good. And again, a little delay of game warning and a timeout for Snow Canyon. The fast break makes it a 10-5 lead and a 10-0 run. We'll try to get as many commercial breaks as we can in here. We take a break. Bobcats leading the Warriors by 5 back in 30 seconds.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Started 5-0 Snow Canyon. Now it's 10-5 Skyview in the state semifinal. As the Warriors look to settle down, it's a 2-1-2 press, and they're still in the back court.
Hey, this pressure's worked. It allowed a Tanner Davis steal that he dumped off to Carter Davis, Davis to Davis connection, and it's shifted the tide early on in this game with 2 minutes 25 on the clock.
Warner with the ball. Again, Anderson Foreman is out of the game with injury or with the foul problems. They go inside to Simmons. Back out to Mackey for 3. Too hard, no good. Simmons on the offensive glass. Spin, hook, no good. Rebound, Skyview. Oh, that's tough.
Simmons has got a solid look there, especially off the offensive rebound. Just couldn't get the touch on it. Even had a really nice pass out to Mackey for that missed 3. It was the right read.
Carter Davis up and under move. Probably traveled, no call. Rebound to Simmons.
He's shifty.
One thing about the press, they usually can't press if you don't, well, and there's a steal. It's going to be a layup at the other end. Skyview now leads 12-5 on the layup by Sam Sadler.
How about Tanner Davis right there?
Tanner Davis, yep.
And that's his second steal. First time he's had one of those steals lead to points. The other one led to an assist to Carter Davis.
Trying to split the defenders was Bowen Hammer. He is fouled. We've seen this a lot through the years, Russ, and especially the Cache Valley region, the North region. And, you know, when the classification were bigger, they play a lot of press and they try to speed you up. And Region 9 schools would rather just slow you down, play half-court basketball. It takes some adjustment period. And right now, Snow Canyon is really hurting. They're down 7.
I love the matchup. Like I said, fresh faces.
Hammer tries a 3, no good. Offensive rebound, and that was a nice little tip by Mackey. He got it to Morrison for 2.
And Morrison getting inside and being aware of where the ball was at and when it was coming to him, that was great. They need that from him. Normally stays outside the perimeter, capable three-point shooter, but that time getting dirty inside.
12-7 the score. Shot up, no good. It'll go to the floor, and we'll have, I believe, a held ball. We do, and that'll be Skyview basketball.
Every single play, I feel like someone's on the floor. Someone's on the hardwood, scrapping, banging. It's really fun.
It's actually Snow Canyon ball because we did have that one held ball early after the Simply Wisdom Teeth jump ball. By the way, Simmons checks out. A little bit of rest for the red-faced junior.
A new sub in for Skyview as well. Number 24, Tayden Merrill on the floor for the Bobcats.
Hammer It's back outside. Now they'll draw up the play. A 12-7 game, 38 seconds to go in the quarter. They're going to hold for one here.
It depends on the look. Nope.
Three is blocked out of there.
Morrison Davis.
Morrison tried to get it away. Could not. Now three, other end. It's up, and the guy that got the block got the three, and it's 15-7 Bobcats with 20 seconds to go in the quarter.
He has changed the tide himself. 5 points, 2 steals, 1 block, in only a couple minutes.
Now 10 seconds to go. Hammer looking for a screen. Gets one. Now works on the defense. Crossover, pull-up, three-pointer. That's off the mark. An air ball. And that's how the quarter is going to end, 15-7. Snow Canyon, a great start, but not a great finish to the first quarter. They trail by 8. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. Our We Win Injury Loss scoreboard has it 15-7 Bobcats.
Communities are built
one connection at a time.
Lives are changed
one moment at a time.
At TDS, we believe in the power of people.
We believe in the power of community.
We believe in the power of connection.
So far, over 1,000 employees
have given over 16,000 hours of time
to over 1,000 organizations.
And we're just getting started.
Because we believe
the power of doing good together
powers better tomorrows for us all.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Frenzied atmosphere at the 4A state tournament. Andy Griffin, Russ and Burnside as we stare down at Burns Arena Court, where the Dixie State Trailblazers play, soon to be Utah Tech, I think July 1st. And Skyview right now, the 4 seed, and got the 1 seed behind the 8 ball. 15-7 is the count.
Courtesy of that man dribbling the ball right now, Tanner Davis. Had an assist, had a block, has 5 points, has a triple behind that. He's getting it done off that Skyview bench.
And he averages 4.5 a game. He has 5 already. He drives in, kicks it in the corner. Could be an assist for him if the shot goes. It will not go. Rebound, long rebound, goes off of Snow Canyon. Skyview ball.
Tough angle right there as I looked at the screen to see if we could get a replay of it, because Tayden Merrill in that situation seemed to be in front and Zach called behind him. But officials saw it a little differently, and they definitely have a better angle than I do. I promise you that.
30 seconds into the second quarter, 15-7, Skyview on top. Tempo, we talked about tempo in pregame. Does it favor Skyview right now?
I think it does.
Drive, runner is barely caught iron. Offensive rebound by Merrill, and it's rebounded defensively after his miss by Snow Canyon. Warriors can cut into that 8-point deficit right now.
Great contest right there from Lyman Simmons. Didn't try to do too much, didn't force the issue, didn't pick up a foul, just was big, and that's exactly what they needed.
So baseline, try to get into Simmons. Too high and hard for him on the bad pass by Call. We're going the other way with it. Can't turn the ball over against these guys, or they'll make you pay.
Snow Canyon definitely has a lot more turnovers right now than they would wish.
Drive on Meacham, a little fadeaway, in and out. Rebound, offensive board, put back in. Boy, Skyview right now winning the battle of the boards as well.
That's Brooks Rigby with the rebound and put back on off the fadeaway miss from Carter.
Drive all the way in. Mackey can't get it to go. Rebound goes to the floor and out of bounds off of Skyview. By the way, you mentioned Rigby. He averages 3.5 a game. He has 5 already in this contest.
Came in, his first shot was a corner 3, knocked it down, and now he's working the boards, reversing it on the other side. Getting big contributions.
Only his 4th 3 of the year. Kind of like Davis, only his 4th 3 of the year. Okay, and tries to get it in. Cy Meacham has it. Goes to Mackey. Mackey pull up 16-footer, hard off the iron. Rebound Skyview. Right now, Snow Canyon they're missing their shots. They're getting good looks.
They are, and that's whether it's been a missed pass into the post or just a missed jumper. The offense is doing what they wanted to do, and that's not falling.
He checked for Rigby, can't get it to go, but an offensive rebound for the Bobcats. Stolen away by Meacham. Now one-on-one, Meacham pushing hard, crosses over, up, off the glass, no good. Rebound Simmons, and he is fouled on the board. Oh, no, they're going to say he fouled on the rebound.
Yeah, they gave that one to Lyman Simmons himself on the pursuit. As we get a look at it there, and yeah, there's three Bobcats that I can count under the arms of Lyman Simmons.
It's one of those where, if he's way above them and he doesn't touch them, is it a foul?
That is the question.
A lot of refs will call it automatically, whether it is or not. Bobcats get the ball inside. They try a reverse layup, no good. Simmons on the glass. 17-7, Skyview on top of Snow Canyon. They leave it for Anderson Foreman, who's back in with 2 fouls. Snow Canyon is yet to find their shot in this game. Everything they've made has been underneath. In fact, they have not scored here in the second quarter. Mackey had a look at a 3, didn't take it. Now they go high post to Anderson Foreman into Simmons. Simmons up off the glass, finally got one to go.
And it was the patience of the Warriors offense that made that happen. They were not rushing the basketball around, able to get it inside to Simmons, who got position on Davis for a big bucket. Snow Canyon needed that one because, like you mentioned, we did see a bit of a drought there for a second for the Warriors.
If they can open up that river, it's going to be a constant flow because nobody can match up Simmons inside. Drive to the hole, back out to Davis. Can't get a shot away, Meacham on him. Drives a little runner off the glass, no good. Tipped up, Anderson Foreman rips it out of there. Great rebound for the senior.
And Anderson Foreman already has to be at 5 rebounds or above, if I had to guess. Multiple offensives, a defensive rebound right there where he ripped Dill to the floor. He came to play tonight. Unfortunately, 2 fouls, so you might have to watch that aggressiveness just a little bit.
Meacham inside to Simmons, actually out about 12 feet out. He'll back his man down, skip it over to Warner. Warner to Meacham. Meacham thought about the 3, back to Warner, back to Meacham. Right side now, Mackey. Mackey thought about the 3, drives in the lane, gets it into Simmons. Simmons back to Warner. Nobody wants to shoot. In the corner, Anderson Foreman, he won't shoot. Now back to Warner.
They found
Meacham.
something there, though. They found something. That guard needs to get inside to the paint. Anderson Foreman was the one who received it. I know he's not your 3-point shooter, but next time you might find a Mackey in the corner if you continue to attack.
Simmons passes it over. Warner for 3, in and out, no good. That's got to start falling if they're going to compete in this game.
Rigby, another big rebound for the Bobcats. His minutes off the bench have been incredibly valuable.
With the ball, Carter Davis peels to the left side. Tries to get it inside, stolen away. Good quick hands by Warner. Snow Canyon brings it across the timeline, down by 8, and they threw it away.
I don't think Anderson Foreman was fully ready for that basketball when it left Meacham's hands. Tried to recover, ends up hitting that red piece of the floor out of bounds.
Simmons will take another rest. I think the up-tempo is kind of having a bit of an effect on the big guy.
Well, think of Simmons. His last shot was from beyond the arc, a decent look, but really he is getting pushed every single time down the floor by Dill or Rigby. They're making him work.
30-second timeout, 17-9 on our We Win Injury scoreboard. We'll be right back. We're back. A 30-second timeout. It's 3:16 left. First half, 17-9. Skyview on top of Snow Canyon. We talked about super softs, Rustin, and I talked about Tanner Davis versus Owen Mackey. I really felt advantage Snow Canyon on the super softs, but Davis has played well.
Yeah, Mackey quiet thus far. Davis's efforts has been all around. Coming off that 12-point game against Crimson.
And Davis, right on cue, takes it to the hole for 2.
We said his name, and he must have heard it because he went right to the rack. And Anderson Foreman got up to contest that. Didn't matter. Concentration undefeated for Davis, who has just been playing an all-around solid game.
19-9. They try to go in the corner, tipped out of bounds by Skyview. That's what they'll do. Piece after piece. Snow Canyon with 9 points in, 13 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, and you have Bowen Hammer with 2, Morrison has 2, and Lyman Simmons with 2, and really 4. Oh, sorry, Lyman Simmons with 4. Good catch on that. But I mean, that's your scorers right now.
He's back in. In fact, they have the Twin Towers in Hammer and Simmons. In the corner, it is Hammer. And a Warner. Warner goes to Mackey, wide open 3. Mackey can't get it to go. High bounding ball, and 2 players come down with it. Did they call a foul?
Yeah,
if they called a foul on Anderson Foreman, that's his 3rd.
And Hal chatting with the official right now. Snow Canyon hasn't gone the other direction. Now they will. I think they're giving that. Yeah. It was a wrestle right there. We see it on the replay. Anderson Foreman kind of on the back of Hal, and what's been a great pursuit of the basketball all night long. That's the story after every rebound. That time just a little over-aggressive.
19-9, Skyview with the ball and the lead. We saw Dixie struggle offensively the other day, and now we've got an illegal screen on a made 3. That would have been a big shot, but instead an illegal screen as he moved over to stop the guy pursuing the ball.
Skyview got the look they wanted. Their 3-point shooter, Hal, coming off that screen like he was Kyle Korver. Unfortunately, Dill moving into Owen Mackey.
I'll go old school and say it was a Jeff Hornacek.
There we go.
Or Korver.
Yeah, Hornacek had a little bit of a better career than Korver.
Hammer, pull up. It's an air ball. Goes to Anderson Foreman, back to Hammer. Hammer tries to get it baseline, and it bounces it off of a Skyview player. Bowen right now is off. He made 1 shot, taken a lot.
And that shot that he got was inside. He attacked the rim and was able to hang and hit.
Yeah.
His 3-point looks, you're right, they've been a little off tonight. I don't know if it's adjusting to a new rim, new setup. That is a real thing that these players have to go through. Hammer's a sharpshooter, 44% on the year. At one point, 18 games in, he was at 50%. So he can definitely hit.
So Canyon ball down by 10. Need a bucket in a bad way. See if they go to Simmons. Facing a 2-3 Skyview zone. High post, Mackey into Simmons. Simmons will dunk it and get fouled from behind. Chance for a 3-point play.
There it was, what Snow Canyon needed. Watch Warner hesitate to the right, gives it inside to the high post, who gives it to Simmons. That was the ball movement Snow Canyon's been looking for. Give it to the high, let him go to the low, high-low connection. And for Lyman Simmons, big finish.
I don't think anybody can guard Simmons down there. I think it's just a matter of can Simmons hit and can they get him the ball.
And all credit to Dill, all credit to Rigby. They have made him work this entire game. I think it's winded him a little bit, but you're right. Simmons is one of the hardest matchups in all of Utah 4A to prep against and actually play against.
3-point play makes it a 19-12 game. Skyview will try to get back offensively. Tempo-wise, this is actually in Snow Canyon's favor, as they've held Skyview to just 19 points, but scored only 12 of their own.
Yeah.
Picking in the corner, steal. Meacham has it, 2-on-1 fast break. He backs things out. Skyview quick to run back. Now 1:10 to go in the half. Again, the Warriors should try to exploit the inside with their big man. See if they do. Ball out near half court. They go to Warner. Warner, alley-oop, Hammer, and Hammer had to go through his hands. That would have been a beautiful dunk, but instead, it's a turnover.
That was one of the things we talked about pregame. As Hal misses a 3, was those cutters coming off. If they could get Skyview's defense to suck up, it would allow for something like that. Hammer, Mackey, some of the best lobbers, or best people to lob to in all of Utah 4A, just didn't go there.
It's a beautifully set up alley-oop, but unfortunately, he couldn't hold it. High post. Yeah, they're going to hold for 1, I think, as we're down to 28 seconds left. Mackey.
They're trying to get it to that high post. It worked last time. Here it is again.
Turn around. Mackey, 17-footer is good.
And he could have tried to force that to Simmons. Instead, he recognized he had enough room to pull up for the J.
5-point game, 10 seconds now in the first half. They drop the ball. They're not looking. They're down to 6 seconds. Got to get a shot away. 5, 4, 3. Leap and leaner off the glass. No good. Rebound hammer. And that's your half. 19-14. You know what, Russin? 14 points isn't very good, but all things considered, where they were at 19-9, I think the Warriors will take it.
They will. I mean, they finished this half the way they wanted to. First quarter, we got Devin Dixon actually down there on the floor right now.
Your zone gave them some fits for a lot of stretches there.
Yeah, we did a good job defensively. Offensively, we didn't execute very well in the second quarter. We did a great job the first quarter, but offensively, we didn't execute very well in the second quarter.
How fun is this atmosphere?
Oh, it's great. This is what high school basketball is about, to be in this situation, down to the Final Four and playing in front of a loud crowd and having some fun.
What adjustments will you specifically talk about with the guys?
Well, we just got to do a better job of executing offensively. I think our defense is fine. We just got to do a better job of executing offensively.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time.
Thanks, yep.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Devin. That was Coach Kirk Hilliard from Skyview High School. As the Skyview Bobcats, it's one of those weird finishes to the half. Skyview's ahead. They should feel good, right? But they were ahead by 10 just a moment ago. Now it's 5. Maybe they don't feel so good.
And I know it's nothing overly drastic. You still have the lead. But it was a tale of two different quarters. Skyview completely controlled the first quarter. They had Snow Canyon on their heels. The Warriors didn't feel like they had any offensive look that was really overly comfortable to them. Turned the ball over multiple times. The Davises were kind of beating them up a little bit in that regard. The bigs were pushing Simmons around. Second quarter, Snow Canyon makes those small adjustments. They implement the high post. They cut it within 5. And those last 2 minutes, they had Skyview on their heels. I don't remember the last couple minutes a good look for Skyview, other than the 3 that ended up being an offensive foul. Everything else was rushed, panicked, and kind of put up. So a tale of two different quarters, and I'm really anxious to see what adjustments both these teams make, because we've seen it in Snow Canyon's favor and we've seen it in Skyview's favor. And whatever team can adjust is going to win this ball game, obviously. No duh.
19-14 at the half. InfoWest halftime report coming up here on ESPN Radio and streaming online, sportsradio977.com, 4astate.com, a lot of places, KSL.com. Again, thanks for joining us. We'll take a 2-minute timeout.
Voting Adams Wealth Advisors the gold winner for Best Financial Planner in the Best of Northern Utah competition. Understanding your family, jobs, and goals is how Adams Wealth Advisors will continue to earn your trust.
This is Craig Adams. At Adams Wealth Advisors, we are here to help you receive peace of mind whether you've done a lot of planning or a little planning. Count on our team at Adams Wealth Advisors for honesty, professionalism, and integrity.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today. Please see adamswealthadvisors.com for more information on these recent awards.
The only updates we have for you at the InfoWest halftime report was the girls' games earlier today. Ridgeline wins, not big, but big enough. and victory by Desert Hills. Not big, but big enough. And those two teams will face in tomorrow's 3 p.m. Girls 4A State Championship game. As far as the boys game, at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, it's going to be, well, we don't know. Snow Canyon or Skyview against Dixie or Ridgeline. I'm sure all the Ridgeline fans that have traveled this far, Rustin, would love to see girls and boys in the championship, but we'll have to wait and see about that as the evening develops. Weird first half between Snow Canyon and Skyview. I think you and I agreed up tempo in favor of Skyview, slow tempo in favor of Snow Canyon. We've had a very slow tempo game, and yet Skyview leads by 5, 19-14.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you came to me and said that Skyview only put up 19 points in the first half, the best scoring team in the whole Utah 4A class, I'd say Snow Canyon's ahead.
Yeah,
that's
by
obviously
10
not
even.
the case.
Yeah.
And I know the momentum shifted a little bit in favor of the Warriors to end the half. Reality of the situation is Skyview still has the lead. They still kind of control their own destiny type situation based on how they come out this half. They flipped the table, and a good example of that on our Down East highlights right here. Inside was number 1, Tanner Davis. As soon as he checked off the bench, the Bobcats defense was at another level, forcing turnovers, fighting after rebounds, whatever it was. They may not be scoring as per usual, but their defense has been significantly better. In Snow Canyon, their defense is what their defense has been all year, number 1 in the state, at least in Utah 4A.
Now, I will ask you a question, and I mean it rhetorically. It's not a real question, but who is Tanner Davis and who is Rigby? These are guys that average 3-4 points a game, and here they are leading scorers for Skyview in the first half.
Yeah, Tanner Davis coming off that 12-point performance against Crimson Cliffs. We know he can score the basketball. I just don't think that he's been put in situations where he's had to score the basketball. And on the flip side of that, Rigby's been an efficient player all year long, another situation where they haven't needed him to do much. But when you have guys like Hayden Howe, who struggled tonight so far, he's only got 1 look, and it ended up being an offensive foul, so his shot didn't even count. And then, of course, your big man on the season, big number 40, Logan Deal, who averages 15 points per game. We talk about the Davises. Deal's your leading scorer, and he sits at 3 points. I know you're going to go over that in the stats, but when in situations like that, other guys have to step up, and that's exactly what Tanner Davis and Rigby have done tonight, Brooks Rigby.
On our video, if you're here in the stream, you see the only 2 points just now by Bowen Hammer. And why is that significant? Well, Bowen Hammer for Snow Canyon averaged better than 14 a game this year. So we talked about, Deal being only 3 points, Howell being scoreless. And you can go to the other side and say, Snow Canyon, you know what? You got one of your big scorers in Bowen Hammer. He has 1 basket for 2. And then you go to Owen Mackey. He averages 13.5 a game. He has 3 points in the first half. So Simmons really is the only guy who's kind of true to form of what you might expect. And that's why Snow Canyon right now is down 19-14 at the half. Halftime again brought to you by InfoWest, the internet people. Thanks so much for their sponsoring our program today. Wilkinson stat line real quick. Let me go over the scores. 7 points for Tanner Davis to lead the way. 5 points for Brooks Rigby. You've got 4 points for Carter Davis. And then 3 points for Logan Deal. Howell has not scored in the first half. 19 points total. In fact, Skyview only scored 4 in the entire second quarter.
Yeah, which showed that Snow Canyon is the defensive team that we all thought they were. Despite the Bobcats having the lead, they never hung their head. They latched down on the defensive end, and I think we're in for. I know Tevin trying to get over with Coach Meach. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do so.
7 points for Lyman Simmons to lead the way. 3 points for Owen Mackey. 2 points each for Walker Morrison and Bowen Hammer. That's it. When you only score 14 points and a half, that's kind of what you see.
Yeah.
As again, the Snow Canyon Warriors trailing 19-14. We've got Devin down there with Coach Meacham. Devin, take it away.
All right, I'm here with Coach Meacham. Coach, tell me what you told the team at the halftime. Down just 5 here, but a good run to get it to this point.
We got to get to the rim. We got to attack the rim. We're just being passive, and they're doing a good job of taking away some spots that we're used to, and then we just got to have a green light to go at it.
Were you happy with the defensive effort?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think we're doing a good job. 33 has had Owen's doing a good job on him, and we're defending pretty good. We just got to get some more attack at the rim.
All right, thanks, Coach. We'll see you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Devin. Again, 19-14. Take a final 60-second break, and we'll be back with the second half after this.
Okay, you're all set.
Wow, that was easy.
Man, I'm having a hard time working. I know, this Monday's killing me. Monday already? Man, what got into that guy?
Oh, he got high-speed internet from InfoWest.
Really?
He's making us look bad.
InfoWest, the internet people.
Voting Adams Wealth Advisors the gold winner for Best Financial Planner in the Best of Northern Utah competition. Understanding your family, jobs, and goals is how Adams Wealth Advisors will continue to earn your trust.
This is Craig Adams. At Adams Wealth Advisors, we are here to help you receive peace of mind whether you've done a lot of planning or a little planning. Count on our team at Adams Wealth Advisors for honesty, professionalism, and integrity.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today. Please see adamswealthadvisors.com for more information on these recent awards.
Thanks so much to Red Rock Real Estate, our rebound sponsor in this game. Check out redrockrealestate.com to find out what your home is worth. Also, we appreciate Nets on Fire, your clock and time. 8 minutes on the clock. We're ready to go for half number 2, Snow Canyon and Skyview. Bobcats ahead by 5 as we start the third quarter.
I'm really excited. This has really lived up to the hype. We knew it was going to be a great matchup. I don't think we anticipated it being as defensive-minded as it was. And I'm really anxious to see if we get more scoring here in the second half or if we continue to grind it out.
So Canyon using some clock, working the sideline to Hammer. Hammer open 3, shot in and out, no good. Rebound taken down by the Bobcats.
Tough shot for Hammer there. He waited in the up on that wing in what seemed like an eternity, ready to shoot that ball. Finally got it, had a clean look for one of the first times all night. Just wouldn't fall. 44% three-point shooter, yet to hit. And on the other end, Hal with the ball, he has yet to knock down a triple either.
19-14, Bobcats with the ball and the lead. They go inside, reverse layup, shot up, no good. Simmons on the glass. Good look on the reverse layup, just wouldn't go.
Dill got a little bit of the defense that he's been giving to Simmons all night long. Thought he had a decent look, gap closed pretty quickly, made it that much tougher to finish.
Nobody scored a minute into the second half. Hammer drives, nope, backs out to Anderson Foreman, inside to Simmons. One-on-one down low, skip pass across, wide open three-pointer, in and out, no good. Anderson Foreman on the glass, puts it up, that won't go either. He gets it back, it goes out of bounds off of the Warriors. Boy, you got 2 good looks on that one.
First of all, complete credit to Lyman Simmons for finding Will Warner out there all by his lonesome. On the year, Warner's knocked down. He's a 39% three-point shooter. That would have been his 19th. Instead, he stays at 18. Anderson Foreman's hustle's been there, couldn't finish.
Backdoor cut, an easy layup. Skyview comes away with the man defense and a little backdoor. Bucket is good.
Well, we talked about Hal and who was going to be the three-point shooter who did more than just hit shots from outside. And at this moment, it's Hayden Hal getting inside off the backdoor cut. Beautiful finish for his first points of the game.
21-14. We got a football score up there with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Hammer has it on the angle right. Still looking at that zone defense. Actually, they switched to a man now. Right from the 2-3, been 2-3 all game. Now they go man-to-man.
They started in man for like a split second.
Now it's back to the zone. Hammer open, college 3. That one's good. A Team Diato 3, and it's 21-17.
His first triple to try to get the lid off. They need him to get rolling. Big hit from Hammer.
Shot the other way, no good. Simmons on the glass, gives it to Warner. Here come the Warriors trying to cut it within what we're making a 1 deficit game or one basket game. Mackey drives in, gets it back outside to Warner. Now to Mackey for elbow jumper up, good. It's a 2-point game.
And you can feel the momentum start to shift in what feels very much like a home game for Snow Canyon.
21-19, ball tipped, nearly stolen. Out of bounds off of Snow Canyon. It'll be Skyview ball again. Warner doing work.
I think what we saw at half, if I had to guess some of the things that Coach Meacham said, he told his shooters not to hesitate. Bowen Hammer has been aggressive. When Owen Mackey caught that ball in the corner, he thought immediately about taking the 3. I think you're going to see Snow Canyon start firing up a lot more looks from outside, and Mackey turn around and hit.
Super soft Tanner Davis in the game. He had 7 in the first half. He hands the ball off. Ball tipped, stolen by Bowen Hammer. Hammer tries to get it down court. It's stolen back as they go to the floor. They've got numbers. Stop and pop, 15, good.
That play happened because of the hustle of Hayden Howell. He'll even get credited with the assist while being down on the hardwood, laying down as he pitched that to Carter Davis, who sunk the jumper.
23-19, Anderson Foreman, right side. Top of the key to Warner. High post, Mackey to Anderson Foreman into Simmons. The double come? No, but he gets rid of it anyway. Simmons has got to take that one to the rack if they don't double.
Yeah, rare situation where he wasn't doubled. Howell thought about it for a minute and then went back up to Anderson Foreman out there on the wing.
Warner says, hey, let's reset this offense. Hammer fires another three. Boom! And we've got a 1-point game with Team Deotto 3 for Bowen Hammer.
There is the sleeping giant finally awake. One of the best three-point shooters we've seen this year. Now with 2 triples on the game.
Skip pass. Bobcats still lead by 1. They've got the basketball. Can't get a shot away. Howell goes in the corner. Now he's got it back. And skip it around to the left side. Tanner Davis, the sophomore, has it. Driving on Hammer and an offensive foul. Anderson Foreman could have picked up his 4th foul. Instead, the get-floored charge. And it's Snow Canyon ball.
And starting lineups, we announced Anderson Foreman as that do-it-all guy. Yeah. He saw Davis driving, stepped over, drew contact. He's done that multiple times this year, and Snow Canyon is hyped.
Skyview takes a timeout, trying to stem the tide of momentum. Timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. It's a 1-point game. Yeah, thank you so much to We Win Injury Law. They win for you, period. If you've been injured in an accident, we win, we'll win, and we'll fight and win for you, period. Visit 435wewin.com. By the way, they have a show on KDXU now. It's cool to hear those guys talk about some of the intricacies of the law. 3:41 left, third quarter. Warriors now with an opportunity to take the lead. They trail by a point. We're midway through the third quarter. 23-22. Warner walks it across. Goes in the high post to big Lyman Simmons. He goes to Mackey. It's a back screen from Meacham. Can't get it. Now to Bowen Hammer. Hammer tries to drive. Backs it back out. Now he keeps a dribble alive. And a slap around and foul. And the personal foul will go on Carter Davis.
Tried to argue his case with the official. And you can see Bowen Hammer right now. They had to have talked to him at halftime and said, hey, we know you're struggling. We know you're sitting currently only at 2 points in the ball game, but we need you to shoot. We need you to look to score. And that's exactly what they've seen, trying to go to him every single time at the moment.
Step back three. Did he get another one? Yes, he did. Bowen Hammer with his third three of the quarter. A Team Deotto tray has given the Warriors a lead.
2 points at half for Hammer. He now sits, if I'm not mistaken, at 11, with just barely under 3 minutes to play in the third. And Snow Canyon, you said it, with a 2-point lead.
25-23 Warriors, first lead in a long time for them. They did lead early. Now catch and shoot three the other end, and that's up and good by Howell, his second bucket of the second half.
He is a great three-point shooter all season long, 39%. That's his 52nd made, and Hammer's woken up for the Warriors.
He's got 55 now.
Yeah, he's got, and who's going to be the guy who wakes up and leads this Skyview offense? They're still waiting, and maybe Hal is going to do that after knocking that down. His first made bucket from beyond the arc. Ooh.
Hammer is going to get called for an offensive foul as he lowers his shoulder. Carter Davis takes a hit.
Hammer looks over at Coach Meacham and says, puts his hands out, says, I don't know what to do there. I lowered my shoulder, and just a great effort to kind of know when the contact was going to come. I say it all the time, but drawing an offensive foul has become an art form in basketball.
It's because a lot of guys are getting really good at flopping. Backdoor cut, shot up, and no good. Rebound to Skyview, and the putback is up and good. That's Brooks Rigby, I believe.
It was Rigby who missed the baseline shot. It was Logan Deal getting the rebound going up, and Deal on the other end is going to get called for a bump as Simmons tried to get to the rim. Dill's now up to 5 points, averages about 15, 16 a game.
No shot on that one. It'll be side out to Snow Canyon. Anderson Foreman sits down.
Been a very clean game, AG, which is important because Skyview's a 71% free throw shooting team. Multiple guys can stroke it from there.
Ball comes in. Morrison, open three, got it! And Snow Canyon has tied this game up at 28.
How about Morrison pounding his chest on the way back down the floor, had an offensive rebound put back in the first half, checks off the bench and hits a big triple, and he's done that all year.
Another catch and shoot three at the other end is an air ball. Blocked out of there by Meacham on their putback try, but the referee calls a foul, and it'll be free throws coming for Carter Davis.
Meacham was put in a tough spot there, ultimately because he's the smallest player out on the floor. If I do a quick glance around, and he's under the rim trying to get that rebound, it allowed for Carter Davis to sneak in there, get a rebound, and go back up.
Free throw good. 29-28 Bobcats. The other thing, too, is an air ball on a three is so hard to rebound because you just don't expect an air ball. And, Davis was able to get to the ball first, and Meacham got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Now, second free throw will give the Bobcats a 2-point lead, and he does. 8 points now for Carter Davis.
And Skyview has adjusted well to what Snow Canyon's been able to come out and do. At one point with 3 minutes, they were still at 4 points in the quarter. They've opened up.
Another three, got it. That's his fourth of the second half, and Snow Canyon leads by 1.
I don't know what else to say, AG. He's got it going on right now. The ability to rebound after a rough half like that is an ability that only a couple of players have, and Bowen Hammer certainly has it.
James Harden maybe, huh?
Yeah.
Hard drive, Tanner Davis up off the glass, no good. Rebound, great board by Owen Mackey. He rises above the crowd. Ahead to Morrison, missed a shot. Offensive rebound, Snow Canyon. The shot is put back and no good. Mackey would love to have that one back, wouldn't he?
Oh, you just said exactly what I was going to say. I was gearing up to say that Owen Mackey would love to have that one back. Lyman Simmons with the unselfish feed off the offensive rebound, curled it around to Mackey, who had as good of a look as he's had all night at the rim, just couldn't get it to go.
Old school, we'd say he missed the puppy.
Yep.
Simmons, though, probably should have shot that one. 40 seconds left in the quarter. Snow Canyon by a point. Bobcats leap and leaner up in. Nice looking shot by Carter Davis.
Kind of a freeze hesitation dribble up around the free throw line for Howell, and he just hung in the air for what seemed like ages, and soft touch on that one. Beautiful shot.
Bobcats by 1. Snow Canyon's going to hold for 1 with 15 seconds to go. Warner with it. 10 seconds now, time to go. He goes in the high post to Mackey. Mackey drives in the lane. Bump, no harm, no foul. He's fouled, and the shot goes in. Sometimes you just got to throw it up there, huh?
And for Owen Mackey, he gets his redemption after missing that puppy, like you said, AG. Going inside, using that right arm to shield off Rigby. Instead of going up with it like he's done a couple times tonight, he decides the patient route. Yep. Pump fake. Rigby goes in the air. Mackey goes to the rim. Free throws and makes it even better. That shot went down.
Chance for the and one. Free throw, good. Snow Canyon leads by 2 points with 3.8 seconds left in the quarter. They'll bring Call in and take Hammer out.
And 3.8 to get a shot off here for Skyview. It's definitely doable.
Don't want to give up a long pass here. You make them throw it in the forecourt. Ball is caught near half court. They throw it in the corner. 3-point shot at the buzzer, no good.
That was as good of a look as you could have asked for with 3 seconds left, though.
We'll take the break. 34-32 on our We Win Injury Loss scoreboard. What a ball game we have. Warriors up by a deuce.
This is Dr. Burke from Burke & Beckstrom Orthodontics. Did you know that you don't need a referral from your dentist to visit us? That's right. We offer complimentary consultations with no strings attached, no pressure, and no referral needed. We are often asked, what is the best age for me to take my child in to see you? We are in agreement with the American Association of Orthodontists and want to do the first orthodontic consultation at age 7. This will ensure that growth and development are normal and allow for preventive or corrective treatment to ensure that a small problem at a young age does not become a bigger problem later on. Give us a call or visit us online at burkeandbeckstromortho.com and learn how we can help you and your family smile forward.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
We have got a ball game here at the Burns Arena, 34-32. Last Saturday night, just a few days ago, Dixie State played Utah Valley. That game went into overtime with Dixie State winning at 80-75. This feels like that kind of a game with Skyview with the ball down by a bucket as we start the fourth quarter. And a steal. Breakaway. Layup up and in by Will Warner.
Will Warner does not score the basketball a lot, but he's their main assist man and their main steal man. We saw it right there, getting it done on the defensive end.
Snow Canyon with its biggest lead of the game. Howell kicks it in the corner. Lefty three out of the corner is no good. Rebound fought for, and coming away with it is Skyview, but on the rebound, a foul on the Warriors.
And one thing about the Skyview team, they've won 5 straight coming in tonight, including the playoffs specifically. When they played Crimson Cliffs went on a couple different runs and had all the momentum, and they answered. They got to find a way to answer here against Snow Canyon because the game has shifted. Like you said, biggest lead of the night so far for the Warriors.
7.5 left. Snow Canyon by 4. Skyview been held to 32 points through 3 quarters. Looking for a little help. They swing it left side to Davis. That's Tanner. Tanner drives baseline on Simmons. Skips it across, but good defense by Warner over there in the other corner. Give it off to Carter Davis. Carter tries a pass, and he's bumped on the pass.
That's Anderson Foreman.
That will be 4 on Anderson Foreman.
As Snow Canyon faithful, they stand on their feet, have a couple words for the official. The official tells Coach Meacham to back off a little bit.
Anderson Foreman turns to the bench, says, I got 4, Coach, but I'm going to be careful, I promise. I don't believe that.
Not with his style of play.
Nope. Get the ball inside. Simmons playing the defense. Blocked the shot. He goes down and loses it. And no foul call. Now a 3 out of the corner. Good. And a chance for a 4-point play. Simmons, who lost the ball, went out and committed a foul on a 3.
Everything looked like it was going Snow Canyon's way. They get the rebound. Simmons turns around to get rid of it. Coughs it up. And then the quick pass out to Carter Davis with the triple. Simmons tries to recover. He's stumbling out into the corner. Knocks Davis down. And we find ourselves here at the free throw line with Davis an opportunity to tie it back up.
Anderson Foreman comes out with those 4 fouls with about 7 minutes left. This free throw will tie it. It does.
We said it. They answered everything Crimson Cliffs did yesterday. Can they do that against Snow Canyon? And so far, facing their biggest deficit of the night, big play off a mistake as Simmons lost that basketball.
36-36. Snow Canyon with the ball in a tie game. Mackey, the sophomore, gets it in to Bowen Hammer. Hammer shot up. Won't count. They're going to call an offensive push-off. And he can't believe it.
I'm looking at the replay screen automatically is what I'm doing in this situation. Hammer, left hand, spun inside. We get a good look. Davis guarded in the post. Davis is straight up.
Oh, boy.
And a small extension of the left arm.
Oh, boy. A lot of flopping going on that one, it looked like. But
I said a small extension, but there was an extension.
Now Skyview with a chance to take the lead in a 36-36 game. Try the backdoor pass, probably a kick, but Snow Canyon comes away with it. Hammer drives all the way in, shot up, no good. Blocking foul, easy call that time on a get floor decision by the official. A block on that one. Hammer will go to the line. Appreciate Get Floor Construction. They've got homes for sale, but they specialize in remodels. Call Christian Jensen with Get Floored today at 773-2667 or visit getflooredsouthernutah.com.
Good recognition by Bowen Hammer, knowing that he had the defense backpedaling, that even if Davis wanted to take that charge, which he did, he still had to move backwards, which made it an easy call for the official.
Free throw good. 15 points now for Bowen Hammer. And Snow Canyon retakes a lead at 37-36. One more coming for the junior. Got it. 16 now for Hammer to lead his team. Simmons hasn't scored in the second half, by the way, the big fella.
It's been all Hammer. He's been the offensive focal point, but you'd imagine Simmons will get a shot.
Catch and shoot 3 at the other end. No good, but an offensive rebound. Step aside for another 3 try. That one's no good as well. And a foul on the rebound. Skyview is crashing the boards, and right now without Anderson Foreman out there, Snow Canyon's letting them do it.
That's the name that you mentioned. He's a big part of being able to get bodies into guys. And honestly, in this setup, this is how they started the game. It's how they want to end it. And for Rigby, very smart not to come down. I know he's technically a big guy, but in the same sense, he's not the biggest guy on the floor. Simmons was standing right there, so instead of coming back down and going back up, he tried to tip that in and drew the foul.
Does miss the front end, so this one will only make it a 1-point game. He hits the back end. 38-37 Warriors, 6 minutes left in the contest. 4A state semifinals brought to you in part by Intermountain Sports Medicine. Call Dr. Millward today, 251-3600. Ball picked, steal. One-on-one and a good foul committed by Warner. He turned the ball over, but probably would have been a layup if he doesn't commit that foul early.
You're okay with that foul. I know that Skyview is a very good free throw shooting team, and I mean very good, but you still have fouls. Well, never mind. Bonus situation. I was looking at Skyview's team fouls.
18 fouls. That means 1-and-1 free throw.
Which Skyview is a very good free throw shooting team, but in the same sense, if you're going to foul somebody on this floor, Davis may be one of your better bets. Either way, you don't want to give up the easy two.
1-and-1 free throw is good. That's the sophomore, Tanner Davis. He's got 8 now. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 9 from the line for the Bobcats in this game.
They don't miss. They were 12 of 14 in that win against Crimson Cliffs. They were 20 of 26 in the playoffs alone. That's about 77.
This one for the lead, and he got it. 39-38 Bobcats. Back and forth we go. Snow Canyon will be deliberate as they bring it across, tipped out of bounds off the hands of sophomore Tanner Davis.
We're seeing Skyview return to their roots that they started this game off with, being aggressive on the boards, crashing, and then, of course, letting Tanner Davis wreak havoc on the ball handler. He's got his hands in almost every pass, it feels like, tonight.
39-38 Bobcats, Snow Canyon ball. Simmons sets a high screen. Now looking for help as Warner goes to Call. Call tries a jumper, and that's well off the mark. Not really his game, the mid-range game for Call.
First shot attempt of the night for Zach Call. He comes in and he rebounds and is a great defender. Didn't expect him to pull there.
Driving, foul. Bowen Hammer says he hooked me. Referee says that's a foul. That's either 3 or 4 on Bowen. And 1-and-1 free throws coming.
The hardest part about all of this, if you're Snow Canyon in a tight game, you want to be aggressive. It's gotten you back into the game. It's got you the lead. But now anytime you're over the top, you're sending one of the best free throw shooting teams to the stripe.
Plus, you just got your 5th foul on Bowen Hammer, or 4th foul, rather, on Bowen Hammer. 4th foul.
You scared every single Snow Canyon listener right there.
Number 4 on number 5. He'll sit down for a minute as they save him for the stretch run. His threes have been a big difference here in the second half.
Yeah.
But you're right, 1-and-1 free throws, 19 foul, and that one is no good. Offensive rebound, though, for Skyview. Man, they are killing the Warriors on the boards right now. 5:15 left, Bobcats with the ball and the lead. Tanner Davis, the sophomore, kicks it to his bro, Carter. As the Bobcats run a little bit of a weave here. Stop and pop jumper well short. Rebound tipped up and finally secured by Snow Canyon.
You got to watch Rigby. He's sneaking in there almost every time. Got his hands on that, tried to tip it back up, too strong. Snow Canyon lucky to get that ball back.
Cy Meacham walks it across. Bowen not in the game. Neither is Anderson Foreman. See if they go right away to Simmons. They do. Here comes a double. He goes around it. Has the ball peeled out of there. And a reaching foul called on Skyview. I don't think it's a shooting foul, and that's only the 16th foul.
Yeah, no bonus quite yet. You said it. No Hammer on the floor right now. He was the main guy who got them back in this game, got them the lead. But now Lyman Simmons becomes your focal point. Simmons on the year has been sensational in every sense of the word, averaging 15.7.
And he has not scored in the second half,
which is big.
So Canyon looking to get it in. They finally do to Walker Morrison. He's bumped, no harm, no foul, says the official. They go out high to Mackey. Mackey to Warner to Meacham. So Canyon only 3 starters on the floor right now. Where's the offense going to come? You would think they would try to get the big guy. Meacham and Warner playing catch out high.
They're going back to that high post that worked well for him in the second quarter when they closed the gap, trying to make Mackey work high and see what they can find with Simmons down low against Dill.
They are in a man-to-man, by the way, again. Skyview mostly 2-3 zone, but right now sitting in a man-to-man. Meacham wide open 3 if he wants it. Nope. Stitt goes to Morrison. He'll try a three. That's off the glass. No good. Rebound. Brooks Rigby, and he is fouled on the reach.
Oh, and Mackey wanted to jump as Simmons continued to swipe on it. They will give the foul to Mackey. Both Mackey and Simmons in the vicinity.
And this will be a 2-shot foul. Snow Canyon over the double bonus now, over the limit. That's a 10th team foul.
I can't stress enough, 70% from the stripe. At the high school level as a team, that's phenomenal. Dill, 71%. Davis, Carter Davis, 74. Hal, 85. Alder, 79. And we haven't seen a lot of Alder here in this game, but they can hit as they do so right there. It's Rigby, who's had a great game.
Is 2 out of 3 from the line. He has 7 points. The reserve big man. And this will make it a 3-point game if he can finish, and he does. It's now 41-38, Skyview on top.
Skyview's punched back. They've reclaimed their stake on the lead. How does Snow Canyon answer with Hammer on the bench, as well as Anderson Foreman, that energy guy?
Might be time for those guys to come back in. Get it inside Simmons. Simmons is fouled on the entry pass. Howell will pick up the personal.
It should lead to free throws all the way around now. One-on-one situation for Lyman Simmons. He steps up to the line.
And by the way, it's Deal on the foul, not Howell.
And for Simmons this year, AG, he has shot 73% from the line, much improved over years prior.
See if fatigue is a factor. He shoots it and it rolls in on the 1-and-1 and makes it 41-39. His first point of the second half after a 7-point first half.
What do you tell your buddies after that shot goes in? Shooter's touch, right?
Yeah, looks like a swish in the scorebook. One more coming, 3:36 left. Warriors trying to make it a 1-point game on this Simmons free throw here. And that one's perfect. 41-40.
I just got to say, that's one of the things that Simmons really spent this offseason working on was those free throws. And here, when it matters most, helps it close it to a 1-point game.
Skyview running the weave. Howell pull up 17-footer, no good. Rebound, Simmons rips it away from everyone else. Warriors can take the lead now on this possession.
You live with that shot if you're Snow Canyon. I know Howell's a sharp shooter, his numbers don't lie, but the last couple shots off the hands of 33 have been heavily contested.
By the way, Anderson Foreman back in with 4 fouls. Hammer still on the bench. Anderson Foreman's got it. They go inside to Simmons. Double team. Looking for help. Skip to the cross. Around the horn they go. Again to Simmons. Let's see if this double team comes. And the ball's tipped and stolen away.
Carter Davis ducked down to help and got hands on the basketball. Now trying to push it himself. Traveled.
Yeah, travel on the spin move by Carter Davis.
Tried to do too much there off the steal. Wanted to take it for his own, and Snow Canyon collapsed in a way that made it very tough for him to get off any clean look without a little extra movement.
Interesting, Meacham brings Hammer back in, but he actually takes Anderson Foreman out.
Maybe they're just going for pure scoring right now.
4 of 5 starters on the floor. Walker Morrison, the only non-starter out there for Snow Canyon. Simmons has it in the high post, way high. Goes to Mackey. Mackey to Simmons. Simmons, baseline drive, shot up, good off the glass. Snow Canyon has a lead.
Dill couldn't do much there. Simmons in a situation where one-on-one for really the first time all night, and he took advantage.
No double team came. Simmons said, thank you very much, I'll take 2. Timeout on the floor, 30-second break. We'll be back in 30.
ESPN 97.7 is proud to be your exclusive broadcast partner for Vegas Golden Knights hockey in Southern Utah. Listen to the Golden Knights on ESPN 97.7 all season long as they battle to get back to the Stanley Cup Finals. ESPN 97.7, your home for Vegas Golden Knights hockey. Go Knights, go.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
We know it takes an entire community to make Southern Utah thrive. You will see us on the fields, on the courts, at festivals.
I don't know all the camera guys' names, but thank you to your help too. Streaming online, 4astate.com, also sportsradio977.com. I think KSL and Des News also streaming with us. 2:19 left in the game. We've got a barn burner, 42-41. Snow Canyon on top of Skyview Bobcats with the basketball. as we get going. Final couple of minutes of this one.
If you're the Bobcats, who do you go to on the offensive end? How's taking your last couple shots, although they've been heavily contested?
Rush three, not close. Rebound fought for and saved on the sideline by Skyview.
As you say, it feels like they need to take a timeout. Rigby caught in a tough position, and that'll save an extra shot for the Bobcats.
Another offensive rebound for Skyview and a timeout on the floor. Full timeout. We'll take a 1 minute break. 2:03 left in this contest. Warriors by 1.
We know it takes an entire community to make Southern Utah thrive. You will see us on the fields, on the courts, at festivals, and in the schools, and everywhere in between. From Southern Utah's Auto Mall, we help you create memories that bolster joy in our community. It's the reason why we've got it made in Southern Utah and why you've got it made at Stephen Wade.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Hills and Ridgeline, the boys championship. We don't know who's going to be there yet. The winner of this game, Snow Canyon leading by 1 against Skyview, and then Dixie Ridgeline later on tonight. Skyview, another offensive rebound will give them an extended possession here, trailing by a point with 2 minutes to go. Got the ball in the hands of a youngster, sophomore Tanner Davis. Hard drive, they get it to Davis on the baseline, had a three, didn't shoot it, and probably should have because he turned the ball over on a pass.
Hesitated on the pass. Lyman Simmons saw it, allowed the big man to step inside and knock that ball away.
Now we got a little chess match going as Coach Meacham takes a timeout. So Canyon trying to drop a play to make sure they get 2 points on this possession. Another full timeout, we'll take it. 1:40 left, Warriors by 1. Welcome back, Andy and Rustin here at Burns Arena. Wow, 1:40 left, a 1-point game. Our game brought to you in part by the Scott Gibson team at Intercap Lending. They don't mask their rates or fees. See how much the Scott Gibson team can save you at 619-8080. Warriors hoping to run a play here and get a 3 or 4 point lead. We'll see what happens.
The Snow Canyon team not really known for being one to try to dribble out the clock and waste time, but in a situation like this, it certainly doesn't hurt.
Hammer drives and open for a 3. That's no good. Rebound tipped out of there and saved by Morrison. They're going to say he stepped on the line on the saving throw.
Oh my goodness, so many things to break down. Bowen Hammer collides. Davis ends up on the ground. It leaves Bowen Hammer with a wide open deep look, which surely would have brought the house down. And Hal had hands on the rebound, knocked loose. Good effort from Morrison.
I didn't catch a replay. Was he on the line, Dustin? Did you see that?
Let's get a good look at it now. Here. Yeah, ooh, left foot on the line.
It's close, very close call. We were a long way from there, even on the replay. So 1:10 left. Skyview trying to get the lead back, 42-41. Bobcats looking for some help. Anderson Foreman guarding the youngster on the play, the sophomore, senior on sophomore. Then now they go out high. 52 seconds left.
Who takes this shot? Davis? Hal?
Carter Davis, lefty drive, runs in and hits the runner. No call. And timeout on the floor of Skyview. Trying to take the charge was Walker Morrison. Referee, no call.
And this is the part of the game where the charge has become so essential and players try to take it so much. In that case, Morrison wanted the contact. Davis stops and pulls up. And at that point, Morrison would have served better to take a step in. And Morrison's kind of sitting there on the ground saying there should have been something, some call, but the official gave him the old get up logo.
I think I like the no call in that situation.
Yeah, 100%.
I think so.
I really feel strongly that the offensive foul has become an official's favorite thing to call in any situation. They love going to that any chance they get. And right there, Davis stopped short and gave the official no reason to blow his whistle.
Thanks so much to Sports Clips. Hey, it's good to be a guy. Walk-ins are always welcome with 2 Southern Utah Sports Clips locations. Ask for the MVP treatment. Have you had that one, Rustin?
Oh, man, who hasn't had the MVP treatment?
The shampoo, the massage, and everything. Yeah, that's only at Sports Clips here in Southern Utah. Thanks also to Team B Auto, our 3-point sponsor. Will a 3 be the key here in the last minute of the game? Right now, it's 43 seconds left, and the score is 43-42. Skyview leading Snow Canyon. Last basket by Carter Davis gives him 15 for the game, 11 in the second half for the senior.
I would argue that Skyview is one of the more... no problem. I would argue Skyview is one of the more clutch teams of the season. Clutched out a win against Crimson, trying to do it again, and Warriors on the attack.
They get it to Bowen Hammer. Now to Morrison inside. They try to get it to Simmons, and it's thrown away and out of bounds. Skyview ball with 30 seconds left.
Morrison screaming that that ball was touched and deflected by a Bobcat. I don't think it's going to do much good.
Coach Meacham takes the timeout. At this point, you play for a turnover early, and then you got a foul, right?
Yeah. And we've said it multiple times.
Take a timeout. 45 seconds. Well, it'll take a full minute. 1-point game.
Adams Wealth Advisors the gold winner for Best Financial Planner in the Best of Northern Utah competition. Understanding your family, jobs, and goals is how Adams Wealth Advisors will continue to earn your trust.
This is Craig Adams. At Adams Wealth Advisors, we are here to help you receive peace of mind whether you've done a lot of planning or a little planning. Count on our team at Adams Wealth Advisors for honesty, professionalism, and integrity.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702.
The number 1 seed on the rope. Snow Canyon trails by 1 with 30 seconds to go, and they are on the defensive side of things. 30 on the clock. Anderson Foreman comes in. It's like starting 5 for Snow Canyon. Ball comes in. Mackey will try to foul. He reaches around and fouls with 26 and a half to go.
It's so hard to gauge. When do you foul too early? When do you foul too late? And right there, Hal getting fouled. He is the team's best free throw shooter on a team that rarely misses free throws. Hal shooting at an 85% clip from the charity stripe.
9 out of 10 in the second half. In the first half, they were 3 for 3. So 12 out of 13 in the contest. That's some good free throw shooting right there.
And they were 20 of 26 in the playoffs alone, first round and second round.
Big one here to make it a, and he misses. You were just saying he's the best free throw shooter on the team?
Yeah, this is exactly who Skyview wanted there, and doesn't get the first one to drop.
One more coming, and again, I would say watch the offensive rebound because they've been so good at that today.
You do got to be cautious.
43-42. Howell missed them both. Rebound to Simmons.
And you've seen Howell pull up multiple times today. He's not afraid to shoot, and those missed free throws, a blessing for Snow Canyon.
20 seconds to go. They go high post to Simmons, looking inside. Baseline to Morrison. And timeout, no foul, away from the ball.
I'm trying to break down. Yeah, that's going to be the case. Hold.
Carter Davis with the foul. That'll be 1-and-1 free throws. That's the 9th team foul. And going to the line will be the guy probably Snow Canyon would choose to be there, Bowen Hammer.
1% higher from the stripe this year than Hal was for Skyview is Bowen Hammer. 86%, 38 of 44 all season long.
First one to Ty, got it. 43 all, 11 seconds left. The second one will give Snow Canyon the lead. Morrison checks out. Anderson Foreman in, and he'll go to the rebound area in case there's a miss. That's a guy probably you want going after the board.
Yeah, he'll match up right next to Rigby on that block, but who has been more clutch, more important for the Snow Canyon team than Bowen Hammer in the second half?
3 for 3 from the line, 3 for 4 as he misses it. Rebound tipped out, and
it's a foul. I think Rigby fouled Anderson Foreman as he crashed the boards.
Yeah, Anderson Foreman got in there quicker and got pushed away. And Snow Canyon, with a tie game, will get free throws.
This is what you highlighted this. We highlighted this. Watch Rigby down on the block next to Anderson Foreman. That is his calling card. That's what he does. Any little bit of wiggle room, he will make you pay when it comes to crashing the glass.
And this is a true 1-and-1, the last one of this game. Anderson Foreman strokes and hit it, and Snow Canyon has a 1-point lead. First point of the game for Anderson Foreman.
I got to point this out. He's only taken 24 free throws this year. He has not been there a lot, but he was 16 to 24 prior to this point. Now 17 to 25, biggest free throws of his life right now.
10 seconds left. Snow Canyon by 1. Snow Canyon by 2. He hit them both. Skyview will take a timeout as Anderson Foreman gets in there quickly on the missed free throw and gets fouled. And with 10 seconds left, the Warriors lead by 2. Skyview likely will set up a 3 for the win because that's what they do best.
That is true. They're one of the best three-point shooting teams, if not the best, in the entire state. We have something going on over on Skyview's sideline at the moment. Coaches, officials, all clashing. Snow Canyon Warrior players putting their hands up saying, I didn't do anything. Very, very irate situation during this full timeout, AG.
What you don't want to do is get a technical foul in this situation. So
no, that would spell almost certain doom.
And I think the referees are saying, you know what, we're gonna give you a little leeway while we decide. We're going to keep things right here. Don't want to miss a thing for sure, as Steven Tyler would say. Again, We Win Injury Law, great sponsor of ours, as well as Team D Auto. Fabulous Freddy's, our free throw sponsor. How about some big free throws? Fabulous Freddy free throws late in this game. At Fabulous Freddy's, they have a full-service car wash, and you can get, if you're a clean freak, like some people I know, you can get an unlimited car wash pass for as low as $20 at Fabulous Freddy's. 10.5 left. What are you drawing up?
Man, well, first of all, it's just crazy how quickly this game changed. You went to the line for free throws to tie it. Now all of a sudden you have a 2-point lead. That's a big swing, all coming from the stripe and working the glass. But if I'm Skyview right now, Carter Davis has been your guy in the fourth quarter. He has 7 points alone in the fourth to lead all Bobcats, and really he's been your guy in the second. Hal is clearly your sharpshooter. So Davis is the one with the ball in his hands to either tie, get inside, or force a contested shot. You try to get Hal open, though, any way possible, because although he struggled a little bit from scoring the ball tonight and his shooting percentage is down, he's still your main guy, one of your best shooters on the floor. So if the look's there for Hal, give it to him. If something has to be created, Carter Davis is where you go.
They just gave Snow Canyon a technical foul.
Wow.
That means 2 free throws and the basketball with 10 seconds left. I'm guessing that maybe players running onto the floor to celebrate. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, what happened is they say Devin Dixon over here, he said that Walker Morrison came and chest bumped an opposing player before the timeout was over.
Free throw number 1 is good. It's a 1-point game. Free throw number 2. Tie game.
Gotcha. I apologize, AG. I take that back. He chest bumped Anderson Foreman, not an opposing player.
He was not in the game. Wouldn't be allowed to do that.
Yeah. Wow. Before the timeout.
Now a timeout by Skyview with a tie game. How do you call that technical foul in this situation? Unbelievable. Full timeout. Let's take a 30-second break so we don't miss anything. 10.5 seconds left. A 30-second break. Be right back.
Communities are built
one connection at a time.
Lives are changed
one moment at a time.
At TDS, we believe in the power of people. We believe in the power of community.
We believe in the power of connection.
So far, over 1,000 employees
have given over 16,000 hours of time
to over 1,000 organizations.
And we're just getting started.
Because we believe the power of doing good together
powers better tomorrows for us all.
Well, I don't know the rule specifically. I thought there was a timeout, in which case you could chest bump a player, but they're going to say there was no timeout at the time of the chest bump, therefore it's a technical foul. So instead of Snow Canyon defending for the win, they're defending for the loss, and overtime is the best they can do here.
Exactly. It's been a wicked turn, whether it was the free throws and the offensive rebounds that put Snow Canyon ahead, or whether it was the Warriors bench being a little too eager that resulted in the technical foul before the end of the timeout. Whatever it is, this game has had so many different swings.
Here we go. Bobcats inbound on the forecourt, stolen by Snow Canyon. Snow Canyon will try it. Bowen Hammer pull up three for the win, no good. Simmons with a putback, and Snow Canyon with 2 seconds left has the lead. The clock will run out, game over. Warriors win it on the steal. The putback by Lyman Simmons. Unbelievable turn of events.
The crowd here was silent, a place filled with more than half Snow Canyon fans. And then Will Warner jumping the inbound, could have fouled. Bonus situation, that could have been it. Instead, Warner, who leads this team in steals, gets it done, gives it to Hammer, who drives, and Simmons is there like he's been all year to clean things up down low.
Snow Canyon rose from the dead, a technical foul called against them with 10 seconds left, and Will Warner is going to be your hero. Even though Simmons got the winning bucket, they wouldn't have had the ball if not for the play by Warner.
And
wow.
that's what Will Warner's been all season. He's never really recognized in the scoring column. It's assists, it's steals, and that's how he wins you ball games, and that's exactly what he did tonight when it mattered most. Had a couple steals prior to that. That's probably the biggest one of his whole career so far.
We talked about tempo. How many points would it be for Snow Canyon to be able to win this game? Well, they held them under 50 and win it 47-45. Will Warner with the steal, the miss by Hammer, but the putback by Simmons for the victory. And the Warriors will play in tomorrow's championship game right here at Burns Arena. Wow.
I cannot describe the amount of things that went on within the last couple seconds on the clock of this game. Devin Dixon down trying to get in touch with Bowen Hammer. Hammer's hugging right there. Double D, I think we got you.
All right, I'm here with Bowen Hammer. Bowen, that was crazy, man. Take me through you getting going with that three-point shot against that zone that got you guys fueled and back into this game.
It was a rough first half, and then I just remembered at halftime all the work I put in the offseason, all the shots I've shot, all the shots I've taken, and I was ready.
Take me through. Lyman picking you up on the alley-oop putback, buddy.
He was ready. I saw him. That's one hell of a play.
How physical was that game? How much fun was that game?
Funnest game I've ever played in. It was physical. It was fun. Best environment.
How pumped are you and your teammates for tomorrow? You got a chance to cut down the nets, buddy.
We're excited. We've been waiting for this for a long time. I think we'll be ready.
Bowen Hammer, guys, back to you. Unbelievable game. Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Bowen Hammer, who shot the shot, and I don't think we can give him an assist, right? It was a missed shot and a putback by Lyman Simmons. I think everybody on the floor felt like there was not time for that.
Yeah.
The shot went up, though, with 3 or 4 seconds left. Simmons actually had time to catch it and then put it back in. I think everybody thought the clock was going to run out. It did not run out.
Well, how about that Will Warner steal in the long run? Warner almost acted like he was going to shoot it, like he had to put it up. He wasn't really sure where the clock was either before he gave it to Hammer. Mass confusion that results in Snow Canyon getting it done off the Warner steal and the Simmons putback. What a game.
47-45, your final score. Will it be an all-Region 10 championship, Dixie Snow Canyon, or will it be Snow Canyon versus Ridgeline? We'll find out later this evening. Stay with us. Again, postgame coming up, brought to you by Johnson Pediatrics. We'll be back in 1 minute.
ESPN 97.7 is proud to be your exclusive broadcast partner for Vegas Golden Knights hockey in Southern Utah. Listen to the Golden Knights on ESPN 97.7 all season long as they battle to get back to the Stanley Cup Finals. ESPN 97.7, your home for Vegas Golden Knights hockey. Go Knights, go!
This is Dr. Burke from Burke and Beckstrom Orthodontics. Did you know that you don't need a referral from your dentist to visit us? That's right. We offer complimentary consultations with no strings attached, no pressure, and no referral needed. We are often asked, what is the best age for me to take my child in to see you? We are in agreement with the American Association of Orthodontists and want to do the first orthodontic consultation at age 7. This will ensure that growth and development are normal and allow for preventive or corrective treatment to ensure that a small problem at a young age does not become a bigger problem later on. Give us a call or visit us online at burkeandbeckstromortho.com and learn how we can help you and your family smile forward.
All right, we got to make it a quick post game because we're actually a little bit behind schedule. So Andy and Russin in the Johnson Pediatric post game show. First of all, our playmaker play of the game. Gee, I wonder what play we're going to pick.
Wow. Let me think. Let me rack my brain. How about Will Warner on the inbound steal and a tie ball game where Snow Canyon was suddenly on the defensive, ends up getting a hammer who misses the shot. Simmons puts it back. Game over. Snow Canyon onto the championship game. That is the easiest call I've had to make all year long.
And we'll go honorable mention because it didn't count because of the technical. The Anderson Foreman getting in there and getting pushed on the rebound.
He deserves credit.
It's easier than you think to buy direct and save at Appliance Wholesalers Plus. The #1 playmakers in the appliance business, open to the public, right across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart. It's AWP. Again, the game-winning bucket after the steal by Warner, and Simmons puts it in for the win. All right, Ernie's 2, Sinclair, player of the game. I think that's a pretty easy one, too, when you look at the second half by Bowen Hammer.
The man, Double D, interviewed down on the floor. He said, I remembered the work I put in this offseason. He would not be denied despite only a 2-point first half. He turned it on when they needed it most.
17 is what he ends up with, including 4 3-pointers to bring them back in the third quarter. Again, we have to have an abbreviated postgame, but thank you to Ernie's 2 Sinclair for sponsoring our player of the game. Ernie's 2 has you covered. Fuel up and grab a snack at like their famous chicken strips at Ernie's 2 Sinclair in St. George, Hurricane Cedar, and the original Ernie's at in Beaver. And again, thanks to Morgan Pest Control for 60 for school for every win. And one more, Holbrook Asphalt. We didn't get our big score dessert. Got it earlier in the women's game, though. Again, that'll wrap it from here. We're going to take a break. There's the game winner for you, those watching on video, as Snow Canyon wins at 47-45 for Russ, and I'm Andy. Wrapping up. By the way, on the stream, we're going to step aside, actually shut it down for a couple of minutes as we reset. On radio, stay with us. We'll segue right into the pregame show.